situation. Our projected income for the period under review was 120 million. We were only able to realize 38 million naira. Our projected expenditure was 100 million. Within the period under review, we have expended 35 million naira on staff salaries, program executions, seminars, and annual conference. Audit reports. Our external auditors, Kamayu, Amadu, and Co., chartered accountants based at Lagos, audit the accounts of the association on a yearly basis. The June report is with the external auditor, because our year ending is in June of every year. Budget performance, we targeted 85%. We were only able to achieve 35% performance of our budget. Members' welfare. Employment. Our members, the target is that our members will be accommodated in the proposed new engineering salary scale at level grade level 09, but they are still being started up at grade level 08. The issue of career progression is still not being implemented by some states and establishments. Most of our members are stagnated at level 14. But we appreciate some states and parastatals that have implemented the issue of career progression. Types and quality of welfare activities during annual conferences. High quality techniques presentation by distinguished members of engineering profession had been the target, and this has been achieved in all our conferences. Challenges faced. The association is faced with numerous challenges, which includes, but not limited to, 1, lack of functional head office, that is secretariat of its own in Abuja. Lack of functional offices in both branches and chapters. Lack of resources to fund its activities adequately. Members are still faced with issues of discrimination and stagnation on grade level 14, both in public and private sectors in some states and some federal ministries and establishments. We are still awaiting the presidential assent on the bill for an act to abolish disparity between HND and BSc and enhance career progression. Non-inclusion of engineering technologists, CADA, in the career progression in the federal and state scheme of service. Future plans. The association has the following proposals to achieve: 1. Plan to have a befitting NATE head office in Abuja. 2. Plan to have branch and chapter offices nationwide. 3. To pursue better welfare scheme for our members in both public and private sectors in terms of appointment, placement, and remunerations. 4. Pursue with vigor increase of NATE members' registration with Koren. 5. Plan to hold conferences, seminars, and workshops in the 6 geopolitical zones, and also publish quarterly magazines and journals. Prayers. That 1, that the entire engineering family should be accommodated in the new engineering family bill before the National Assembly, as it has to do with new salary structure. We appeal to Koren to send a reminder letter to the head of service of the Federation on the issue of inclusion of engineering technologists, CARA, and career progression in the federal scheme of service. At this point, we have to thank the current president, because 2 years ago, he had made the position clear that that the technologies CARA should be included in the scheme of service. And so we still want to appeal that you follow it up for us so that the head of service can implement. Because for now, we only have the technical CADA. The technologies is not in the scheme of service of the Federation and in the states. We appeal to Koren to assist us in the areas of funding to achieve some of our future plans. It is also pertinent at this point to appeal to our senior colleagues, the Nigerian Society of Engineers, who are permanent secretaries, directors, chief executive officers, head of service in various states, to assist us in the career progression so as to reverse this inverted pyramid in the engineering family. We are one family, and it is disheartening to note that an HND holder starts on level 8 and ends at level 14. An ND holder starts on level 6 and ends at the same level 14. The motivation is not there. All that we are asking our senior brothers to do, because once they agree, it will be amended in the scheme of service. Let HND holders move beyond level 14. There will be that job motivation. I can assure you, the most talked about inverted pyramid will never be achieved. If you like, you should say people with HND, before they become engineer, they must have PhD. People will still go for that PhD to become engineer, because the fear of stopping at level 14 will not allow them. A case is in Akwa Ibom State. In 2009, over 30 technologies were employed, but today, not less than 15 of them have converted to engineering cadre. because they know that they will stop at 14. And not less than 5 or 5 to 7 are still reading first degree to convert to engineering cadre. The only way to solve this math drive of everybody becoming an engineer is to make the technology cadre to become incentive, to put the incentive of them moving beyond level 14. And this will be the only way we will have the most talked about technological breakthrough in Nigeria. So we appeal to our brothers, the NSC, the engineers in the various sectors. Look at us as your brother in the one family and let us progress beyond level 14. Conclusion. I wish to thank from 9th of November to 11th November 2022. May also take you back at the end of this conference. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you very much. I allowed you to the whole hog because I didn't announce the time allotted for you to make your presentation when we started. But now you have benefited from that error, but those coming will not benefit. You will have only 15 minutes to speak. Udoatan spoke for 23 minutes. 23 minutes. Like I said, just allowed him to go on. And we have had him, members of NATE who are here, not only members of NATE, of course, all participants who have suggestions to make on the issues he has raised or questions to ask, please can do so during the questions and answer session. For me, he has made some appeal to Koren, which I will also want to address during the question and answer session. So without wasting much time, I'll call on the next president, the president of NICET, Mutiu.
The President of Koren, Engineer A.A. Rabiu, the past President of Koren here present, the Registrar of Koren, Engineer Adisa Bello, the past Registrar of Koren here present, the President of NSC, past President of NSC here present, President of NATE, Engineering Technologies, Dominic Udoatan, past President of NATE here present, President of NAEC, President of ICANN, Council member here present, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is my pleasure and honor to welcome you all to this special and annual Engineering Family Forum. It is a memorable day in the history of NICET, as my call to council was on this same floor last year, meaning that 2021 Engineering Assembly was a history-setting event for NICET. A special thanks go to Almighty God, the President of Koren, the immediate past President of Koren, the immediate past Registrar of Koren, and the present Registrar of Koren. I would also want to appreciate former past Registrar of Koren, Engineer Professor R.I. Salau, Deacon E.A. James, NICET ESCO, and the entire member of the engineering family. Thank you for your support for your care, for your love to bring NICET back into the engineering family. I will also want to inform this gathering that Engineer A.A. Rabiu, President of Koren, is a man of his words. At the last AGM, he promised this gathering that NICET will be given an official vehicle for our project vehicle. This was handed over to me during March Council Assembly. Thank you, sir. With the support from various engineering societies, NICET has continued to grow in our capacity. Membership growth. Our target for fellow is 200. This has not been achieved as our AGM is on the way, coming up December 13th to 15th, and by the special grace of God, if we are not able to achieve the target, I'm sure we'll be able to at least go above 50% of our target. Honorary fellow, we have a target for 100 members. Same, we are still expecting this to come up during our AGM in December. Corporate members, we have a target for 200, but only 8 has been achieved. Associate, we have target for 100, but only 1 associate member has been registered. We have target for 100 student member. Only 1 has been registered as we have a lot of student application, but just because the strike is still affecting some of the students to come up for registration, but we have some of their forms under process. Expansion, division and expansion. This has not been achieved because financially NICET is not buoyant. Branches and expansion, headquarters, new branches, office building for branches, execution of need-based project. This is still underway and we are planning towards that. Professional development, CDP activities, relevant and quality of resource materials during annual conference, production and news. This is still underway. Our AGM is on the way. Training and workshop, code and standard execution of need-based projects, implementation of CIT, SIE. All these are still on the way, and we'll try our best on this. Advocacy activities, government policies, legislations, engineering matters, government engineering project, placement engineering graduates during NYSC, private sectors, engagement standard and quality of product and services. All these, most of these are not parts of our activities in NICET. Financial situation, income. As of today, the income generated between last year and today, both support from Koren, our senior colleagues and individuals. NICET has been able to generate 3,650,000 naira. Our expenditure between then to date stand at 6,772,250 naira. Audit report. Our account has not been audited, hence we are still expecting to have our AGM in December. This will be done immediately after our AGM. Budget performance. Our budget performance is at deficit as a result of the crisis in NICET. I will promise this floor that by next year we will improve as NICET is already growing with the help and support from Koren President, Registrar, and the engineering family. Member welfare, employment placement for members, employment and enumeration to members, promotion and progression of member, type and quality of welfare activities during annual conference, level of scope of participation of member and sports in annual conference. We cannot report on this. Our AGM is slated for December 13 to 15. By next year, we'll be able to report on this. I want to appreciate you all for your presence, for your care, for your love for NICET. Most especially, current president, current register, and the council member for their support. Let me just tell us this. NICET is still a growing association that will require more support from current and from senior association and from you all, most especially our senior engineers. Please try to support our members to attend conference and AGM like this. NICET is lacking behind in such activities as our senior colleagues. We want to make our members stay back in the office and we not allow them to come for such. Please assist our members, encourage them. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Please take down your questions. The specific questions to the presidents will be taken by them. And as usual, the general questions will be allotted to senior engineers and other practitioners here present to give us some benefits of their experiences. So I'd like to invite the president of NAEC, Tanko Biang.
The President of Council for the Regulation of Engineering in Nigeria, presidents of different associations, including ACEN, our senior engineers, past presidents of current and past registrars of current and even serving ones, members of NAEC, all other cadres seated, our engineers, technologists. I want to appreciate the President for giving us 30 minutes or 25 minutes to speak, and I will be brief. I will keep up the time, sir. First, we want to thank God so far, and we're giving you a report on how far we've moved in Nigeria Association of Engineering Craftsmen so far. We are taking approval. New divisions. Actually, we are trying to form divisions under NAEC. We have formed, plumber division. We have electrical division headed by chairman of national. And we're trying to make sure it cascades down to the state levels, so that if we have any job or we have any concern about electrical section, the national chairman will coordinate all states and report to the headquarters. We have in almost all the divisions, what we have present, we have electrical, we have plumbing, we have tiling, and we have mason. So we are still trying to form other ones so that every department will have her own functions. Then branches. So far, we don't have any office for branches also, but we have 2 branches, new branches created, one in Enugu and the other one in Lafia. On professional development, we have had workshops, but 3 workshops so far, and advocacy activities, we have visited government agencies, some government agencies like ITF. We have visited also NIBRI, and we are working on other private and government establishments, some ministries, to do advocacy, to enlighten them, because a lot of them are not fully aware of our existence. Financial status. Our income has been very, very slow, and one of the reasons which is not very good is that some of the members, our income is so far is 2 million. Our target for the year was 10 million, but we are still work in progress. And the income is so low that at present, what we have in our post is less than 400,000. And the reason is that most of the members, we are still trying to make them pay their annual dues and also have more advocacy. Welfare, employment placement for members. All our staff are not on salary scale, but they are receiving the basic minimum wage because our income is very low, and their salary, we don't have salary scale, but we pay them the minimum, and yearly we increase what based on our income. Innovation tool, promotion, there's no promotion because we have just few staff. Yearly we increase based on our income. Quality of welfare, we also take care of them in case of sickness. If they have problems or they have occasions, we do assist them based on our income. Challenges. We have a lot of challenges. Some of our challenges are within ourselves. Most of our members that were very active are no more very active now in our activities and even in their responsibilities for payment. And the reasons given mostly is that they have been retired. And you know, of course, craftsmen are the lowest in, they are the lowest, and they are supposed to also be the most productive sector of the associations. And another challenge again is that we have not been having good cooperation from government agencies, parastatals, and even private. But we've been trying our best to see that we break through. Some of the challenges, like I normally say, is we need cooperation and assistance from the senior cadre. And the truth is that I have gone to so many myself. First, I will want to appreciate from our last presentation. We made an appeal, and I thank God that most of us, some of us, have really assisted based on our call of last year. And I thank you so much. I want to also encourage us that what we are getting so far, it is not very encouraging, but I know we can still do more. We want to beg that either you are an engineer or a technologist, you should take the craftsmen working under you and also encourage them to register in their profession. And again, you encourage them because a lot of them don't have the knowledge we assume they have. but encouragement from us, because every craftsman reports to a technician, a technologist, and supervised by an engineer. If we are able to follow that and encourage the ones that are lower, I think it will help us a lot. A lot of the establishments and universities that we have visited, most of even the directors of work in those agencies and the senior engineers concerned, they will tell us they will do something, but at the end of the day, that something is not well seen. But we want to appeal and beg that in your agencies, and I have made it open here, that any technologist, technician, and an engineer that have craftsmen within his establishment, and he wants us to visit them. If the state chapter is not acting, I gave my number, our number, you can go to our website, you call me. If you have a good number, we will come there ourselves, interview them, and also certify them and give them certificates. So we want to re-echo the plea that please take the craftsmen as your babies. Encourage them and lead them to understand why they should belong. We are also faced with approach and partnership with different NGOs or different artisans associations. But we have been able to get some of them, which we are using to approach others to go and monitor and also encourage them to belong to the association. This we are doing, and the presidents of those different tailors, masons association, we are organizing seminars and enlightenments for them to understand why they should belong to the association. Those are some of the challenges we are facing. And we also want to encourage our members that even when you are a member, you should try and be faithful by paying your annual dues, and also see the next craftsman for you to mentor and also encourage him to be faithful. Future plans. Our future plans are that we pray that before the end of the year, we should have been able to have approval of our main building from the application we have taken to the FCT. Then we also intend to visit all the states of the Federation to also encourage and visit some establishments that we feel are not cooperative to our state chairman. We will create more advocacy in that visitation from the headquarters. We will also encourage our members to partner with all artisans within their state and also government agencies to see the need to register their members within their establishment. And that cannot be achievable if we don't have the support of the seniors that are within the system. I remember we went to one establishment, they thought we were a union. And even some of our engineers that were there said they were not fully aware of our existence. But we want to encourage that for us to be more effective and efficient, we will need your support. We need your encouragement, and that will make us move forward. In conclusion, I want to appreciate all of us, more especially Corinne. Corinne have assisted us in so many ways. Last year, They gave us a Hilux van to make us operate effectively in our association. And in most of our all our AGMs, Koren have been the real supporter of the AGM. And we want to use this opportunity to thank them so much. And I want to also thank a lot of our senior members that anytime we call you for our program, because you know our situation, you always make every sacrifice to make us grow. We want to say thank you. But we want to also appeal that please do more. And this year, before the end of this year and before our conference, we believe that we will move forward and we will be better than the way we are now. Lastly, I want to thank all of you. This year's engineering conference will be my last appearance. By next year, a brand new president will appear here, and whether I'm here or not, the association is still the same association. I will beg that you give me the support now so that I will do better before handing over. I count on all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I think this template with the key performance indicators has caged Tanko Gyang. He didn't have the popular applause he had last year, playing politics instead of reporting his performance. So I'm very happy with these KPIs. Well, Tanko, you have tried, you've done well. We'll take the next president. The president of the NSC has just come, and so he would need time to settle down. So I will skip him now to go to the president of ACEN, and thereafter we'll take the president of NSC. Then we'll take a break, and come back later for the question and answer sessions. ACEN president.
My president, as the current president, whom I always refer to as the president of presidents. All presidents of the units, I call them federating units, that work with current, the fathers of ACEN that are here, the IPP, George Okoroma, the foundation member, Dr. Shonubi, and a great man with us, past president again of NSC, Engineer Ulumiwa Ajibola of the source. Before anything, let me again join others in thanking Koren for the assistance and for the understanding that we have had. Early this year, we had the fortune of hosting the International Federation of Consulting Engineers of Africa, FIDIC Africa, and it was a very successful outing. But we cannot but thank the president of Koren for his assistants. I think the man is like a big father looking after all his children. Thank you very much. The consulting engineering subsector is an integral part of the global engineering industry, as it is the engine of economic and social development. Our association, Association for Consulting Engineering in Nigeria, ACEN, was formed in 1971, 51 years ago, and registered in 1979. It is a body of registered independent private engineering consultancy firms, which is the voice of the profession in Nigeria. Before 2007, membership of ACEN was open to individual and firm membership who possessed the required experience and professional integrity. At the 2007 annual general meeting of the association, a motion was moved and carried to fall in line with what operates at the International Conference of Consulting Engineers, FIDIC, that membership shall only be by firms. The membership of the association is now open to consulting engineering firms with adequate experience and commitment to continuous improvement in technical and business integrity. Today, ACEN's member firms, numbering about 300, are located in the 6 geopolitical zones of Nigeria and the Federal Capital Territory. The Council for Regulation of Engineering in Nigeria is a statutory body with responsibility for the regulation of engineering activities in Nigeria, and it is empowered to register all engineering practitioners who wish to practice in this country. Therefore, no individual organization is allowed to practice engineering in Nigeria without the approval of COREN. Thus, all our members' firms and all the individual members of those members' firms must be and are registered with COREN. The President's statement yesterday about collaborating with all institutions for the registrations of members, both firms and individuals, is a welcome development to us. In fact, we want to say and appreciate that this has been on with COREN, with ACEN for quite some time. And we pray that the cooperation continues. Now, performance. Membership growth. ACEN admits new members every quarter of the year. And the target for this year is 40. But right now, up to now, we have only admitted 9 new members, new firms. The reason being that we had this FIDIC Africa conference that took a lot of our attentions, and we had not allowed, or we could not reach out as much as we should. Now that is behind us, the success story. We are, in the remaining part of the year, going to catch up. We promise you that we will make the 40 mark that we set for ourselves. ACAN zones and expansion. We have divided the country into 7 zones. Zone 1 is Lagos and Ogun. Zone 2, Kebbi, Katsina, Sokoto, Jigawa, Kano, and Zamfara. Zone 3, Kaduna, Plateau, Niger, Kogi, Kwara, Nasarawa, and the Federal Capital Territory. Zone 4, Yobe, Adamawa, Borno, Bauchi, Taraba, and Gombe. Zone 6, Rivers, Cross Rivers, Akwa Ibom, Delta, Edo, and Bayelsa. Finally, Zone 7, Oyo, Osun, Ondo, and Ekiti. All these zones have zonal coordinators, and their duties include to organize engineering activities in those zones. We have been here in Abuja severally on the invitation of our Zone 3 members. And just 3 or 4 weeks ago, we were in Maiduguri at the invitation of the coordinator of Zone, which zone? Sorry, of Zone 4. Now, the head office of ACAN is in Lagos, but we have liaison offices and officers in Zone 3, Abuja, and Zone 6, Port Harcourt. ACAN runs a school of consulting engineering. The program can be found on www.acan.org.ng. We also appreciate in-house training. We do it and we appreciate it. Our standing committee. We have standing committees on training, membership, advocacy, and editorial. But we have ad hoc committees. Then we thank the Federal Capital Territory Minister for giving us a piece of land. So we now have an ad hoc committee on this Abuja land development. Professional development. ACAN encourages members to gain the continuous professional development points through its activities such as business evenings, extraordinary general meeting, annual general meeting, conferences, both the FIDIC International and FIDIC Africa, seminars, trainings. We have a list of all those seminars and trainings that are qualified for Aken CPD. The Aken School of Consulting Engineering organizes the training and workshop as scheduled in its annual calendar. The Consulting Engineer TCE magazine. This is one of our advocacy publications. The Consulting Engineering magazine has been making waves across Nigeria, fulfilling its role as an advocacy tool for the association. There has been a steady rise of keen interest and readership on it from private firms, universities, government ministry, departments, and agencies. Pre-edition of the magazine is published yearly. The first one for this year had gone. The second one will be on within the next 2 months, and the last one towards the end of the year. The first one is on oil and gas. The second is highway engineering services, and the third is structural engineering services. Training and workshops. Aken School of Engineering Development School of Consulting Engineering develops training calendar containing international workshop, FIDIC suits of contracts modules, capacity development, trainings for members, and in-house training for ministries, departments, and agencies. We are begging that you should consult these our training programs. They are not just good enough, they are fantastic. In fact, we bring FIDIC here every year. This year we plan to bring FIDIC training into Nigeria two times this year, and we shall make it, inshallah. Code and standards. We actually are guilty of the discussion of yesterday, in that our members go through all forms of codes and standards. The British codes, the American codes, and then the Nigerian standards. So that is why it is quite welcoming, and we would like to be part of the project. That we want to have a code and standard of practice for Nigeria. Please, we want to be part of it. My president. Advocacy. The advocacy strategy of the association is being set up. Some of them on the strategic include adopting the BPP Act by states to enable our members be more useful. Having representative engineers in the Presidential Monitoring and Evaluation Council of the Executive Order 5 to promote engineering interests and best practice. We are a member of organized private sectors like NASIMA, and we want to join MAN also, so that we will be able to advocate the cause of consulting engineering firms much more vividly. Aken continues to engage governments, ministries, departments, and agencies in pursuance of interests of our members. Our AGMs, our EGMs give us opportunities to bring members of the government into the fore. And we thank God that we are able to, we think to communicate with them and to convince them about the need to have a strong local consulting engineering organization. Financial situation. Our budget, we are just 41% of our income target for this year, but we try to manage our resources, and we are 34% on the expenditure. So we still have a little bit of surplus. ACAN relies on members for income and for member subscription for income and workshop to fund its activities. Our members are not paying, and that is because they don't have jobs. We in ACAN Secretariat have made it a point of duty to sell, to market our members so that they will get jobs, both local, both within the states, with the federal government, and with individual firms. We want to help them to help us. So we need everybody to come on board so that we get what we are looking for. Membership welfare. ACAN provides a series of activities tailored to deliver service and benefits to our members in many areas. Training through ACAN School of Consulting Engineering, AGM, EGM, where topical issues are discussed, attending international conferences, membership, satisfying standards, advocacy, quarterly business evening meeting to discuss typical issues affecting members, the Young Professional Forum, training applications, triannual applications of the Consulting Engineering Magazine, monitoring and follow-up policies and bills relating to matters of engineering practices. We actually have legal retainership to give advice. They are not advocating. They will give advice to our members if there's a need for legal issues. Advance the practice of consulting engineering for favorable business environment for members. ACAN seek collaboration with relevant agencies of government for the implementation of Presidential Executive Order 5 for the engagement of consulting engineers in Nigeria. We are actually ready, we are cooperating with other associations in the built industries, other stakeholders, to ensure that whatever is affecting us, we discuss together. We have to have a common front. Well, challenges. Despite the fact that ACAN has been in existence for 51 years, some of the challenges leading to its formation have remained while new ones have emerged. The most current challenges are as follows. Unfavorable government procurement policies, especially in the states, private sector perception, and this private sector perception is due to the fact that we still have quacks all about. We thank Coren for giving us the opportunity to go up and report whatever we find that is wrong in the practice. And Coren is not taking it lightly. I think we should please help me clap for Coren. Loss of engineers to other sectors due to remuneration. I have an interesting example in this. Two of my children read engineering. One was civil, the other one was system. The two of them are not practicing engineering. One of them went to bank, is now a banker. The other one went to supply chain management. And I feel very bad about it. So we must upgrade engineers so that our members will follow, so that our members will have people to follow them. If we don't encourage people in, that's why we are spending a lot of energy on the Young Professional Forum of Aken. And we're also spending, we have Aken Endowment Foundation, which we want to use, which we are using to upgrade and educate the university students to have interest in engineering. All these are what we are doing to upgrade the profession of engineering, especially the consulting engineers. We have delayed in payments. That is a big issue. Our people prefer to pay the contractors. In fact, some of them are even paying us through contractors. That is not right, because once you start paying consultants through contractors, you are compromising the integrity of the consultants. So we...
Aken President, you have overshot the wrong way.
Okay, my wrong way is, my break is on, sir. So, okay. Limited awareness of the knowledge of savings consultants contribute to the overall cost of projects if employed by government and entrepreneur. Inadequate corporate sponsorship of our programs. Well, I think I'm about finishing. Membership subscription, we have talked about that. Future plan, we want to build Aken House in Lagos and in Abuja. We have had the land for Abuja. We hope to have the land in Lagos very soon. We have liaison officers in 3 places, and we want to have them in all the 7 zones. Aken will continually seek to improve the capacity of its members. Now that I've overrun and I've overshot, I've applied my break. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the very comprehensive report. We have only one presenter left, but we are going to shelve that presentation till we come back from the tea break. We have just a few minutes to tea break. I'll urge participants to get their questions ready. Those who want to make comments or suggestions for improvement on the activities of the various associations should please get ready after the tea break. Aken has raised a number of issues, particularly on item 3, challenges. And I would want this esteemed assembly to look at those challenges, because it has to do with the future. Most of them have to do with the future of engineering practice in Nigeria, so that when we come back, we can address those challenges and try to find a way forward. I think we'll break for tea break and reconvene after 1 hour. Thank you very much. Ben Osi.
All right, please, can we pay attention to this announcement? Please, let's pay attention to the announcement. We'll be coming back to the hall. The break is just for 1 hour. And we have also 5 serving points at the gallery, please. Let's also utilize the 7 points we have at the gallery. We have 5 serving points at the gallery. Just the break is just for 1 hour. Immediately after, that means we should be returning to the hall by 12 noon. 12 noon is the time, please. Thank you.
than making a microphone dead. Don't step to me, newbie, I could truly be moody. I could have played the fucking Grinch in the movies. I've been a part-time shadow cat, part-time. That is not a guy that I would ever want to try to battle rap. Snap, crackle, pop, mind fried to a crisp, making MC